everybody. I am NLLexx, and we are in the nightlife. And I am here today and letting you guys know I'm so thankful for you all to come in and tap in with me. And we have an episode today, tonight, that is going to be, something that could be a bit personal. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to speak on this because me personally have had encounters with having to deal with how to forgive, how are we dealing with forgiveness, how are we actually tapping in with forgiving someone or even ourselves. And I had an incident that happened this week and just dealing with life where it's just like, damn, before I think about retaliating or before I think about doing somebody something, let me see if I'm able to forgive, because I don't want to move on into life being resentful, just having so much resentment and just anger within me that I can't really move forward what I really want to do. So here on the podcast, I'm also live via Instagram. So some of the comments that my people are going to be tapping in with, I'm going to be interacting, because we all need to be coming together as a community and trying to help each other in ourselves. Okay? Because people don't forget. It makes it hard to forgive. So, yeah. So I was a person who would say, I could forgive, but I never forget. And that still holds a space and a spot inside of you of resentment. And you obviously letting it be known that, bitch, I still can't fuck with you. But you gotta be able to let go. You have to be able to let go. As hard as it can be, you have to be able to let go. Forgiveness means a decision to let go of resentment or like thoughts of revenge, like I was stating. And the act that caused that hurt or whatever offended you, it might always be with you. So forgiveness can lessen the grip on you. You know what I'm saying? So let's help free you from that control. Not being able to forgive someone obviously is something controlling that feeling that you having. You know what I'm saying? It could be from you having um relationship issues, trust issues, your spouse cheated on you. How can you forgive, right? When you was a child, your parents may have done things to you that just wasn't right. You may have been molested as a child, raped, someone lied on you. You could have did time in jail and somebody just, lied on you. Like, how can you forgive, right? How do you be able to forgive? And it's just so many things to break down from that. If you guys have any kind of questions, you could definitely go into the comments and tap in and just share how you're able to forgive. What I'm here today to do is to give a few pointers and to share some of my thoughts and things that I actually gone through and how I tolerate with things, because I have some people that come advise with me, talk with me, my friends and family, about how to do things and how to react. Sometimes we might call our people, be like, girl, man, you just won't believe what happened. And instead of me being like, you know what, we gonna get that nigga, how about we try to change the narrative to be like, well, we gonna have to just, how can we let go so we can move on with a lighter heart? Forgiveness definitely takes time. It definitely takes time, and it's a process that involves sadness, guys. It definitely involves sadness. Like, I feel like when you is in the process of forgiving, you have to get on that stage to where, like, it's sad, and you may have to feel a certain way about that person. You might feel sad and for that person, and you got to be able to know that it's okay. That it's not like you bitching out, or being a bigger person. Like, I'm always feeling like I'm the bigger person, to like, as time progressed, I'm the one that will be like, I'm not being a bigger person no more. And then now I'm in the point in my life to where I'm like, nah, I can't even be playing, even worrying about being a bigger person, because guess what? I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for the person who hurt me. I'm not doing this about the person. I'm not doing this for the person who hurt me. I'm doing this for me. I have my beautiful friend here, Miss Rose. Miss Rose says, what about murder? You know about my situation. And I would like to just share a bit with with an incident that happened with my best friend, Miss Rose. You guys could definitely go check her out on my social media. I always share her. She's one of the dopest that I've ever met. And she'll knock anybody off with her apparel, with her clothes. Like, she's just lit. But unfortunately, she had a passing, and her son had to transition, and he passed away involving violence. And when we're sitting here and we're speaking about forgiveness, how would a mother feel if someone took their son away from them? You know, how do you forgive somebody, right? And that's a tough situation. That's very tough. Very, very, very tough. So, with some of these pointers that I will give, I would love for you to listen and just take what's for you, and just know if you are of God, and if you are of a light and a beautiful person, how would you be able to forgive, and how would you make sure that you are walking into the space of having a lighter heart? Because I'm for certain that you're not really able to go to heaven with a heavy heart. That's just not how this go. You have to let go of things that you felt that you was hurt by. You have to forgive. You have to be able to like move forward. How you being able to move forward? I feel like some of our issues that we're having is that we're not being able to move forward. And when we speak on a matter of someone losing a child, and you having to forgive the person that took your child away, that is deeply tough. Deeply tough. And I haven't went through that before. And I hope I never will have to. And I wish that my friend didn't have to. All I can truly tell her to be so positive about the situation, that she has gained an angel, and that actually her son is watching over her, and actually like away from the sorrow, away from the pain that we are having here on earth. So, it's just things that you have to think about. Um, forgiveness, it takes time. Nobody never say that you can do it instantly. I feel as though I have some trauma that I deal with, that I'm 31 years old, guys. I'm 31 years old, and today I have things that I am still trying to process since I was a child, you know? And it's like, it's okay. But as long as you're able to release and have acknowledgement, and what I said, one of the process involves sadness. Like, if you're able to feel sorry for that person that may have hurt you or whatnot, it's a process. You could probably go forward on and be more like God. You know what I'm saying? For me, forgiving only comes when expecting my role in the incident. So let's say if it was a situation where you was in a car accident and a drunk driver hit you and killed your best friend, or killed your child, or killed whoever was in the passenger seat. How would you forgive that person? How do you forgive that person? How? Like, you want them to go too, right? Right. I know. So it's just like I'm sitting here processing it with you, because I'm just as everyone else. But we have to learn how to have forgiveness, because you know what? Forgiveness could actually help lower the anxiety, the depression you have, the stress, the blood low high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? All different things is like running through our veins because resentment. You might not think so because it's not physical, but it's in you. and it could build up. It builds up, it builds up. And I'm trying to tell y'all right now, the way things are going in life, the way the world is operating right now, we can't move forward without forgiveness. Take your time on however you should and have to do it, but you can't move forward in God's side like that. And like I said, I have a few pointers and just a few notes to say on what to think about. You know what I'm saying? What to think about. So, you know, forgiveness definitely it reflects from learning about the situation and what you played in the part of certain situations, or if you haven't played a part at all, just learning the process of what's going on, what's currently going on in our world about it. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel like what we living in right now is really just not really. This is really just temporary. You know what I'm saying? Our afterlife is really what you should be worried about. That's my opinion. I feel as though I should be living to die. You know what I'm saying? And if you're living to die, because that is the process, it's not like you could get away from that. If you're living to die, then how would you be able to if you have a heavy heart? You know, you can't go to God and be like, yo, man, I'm ready, and you got baggage behind you. Like, you ain't letting it up. You mad at your mother because she didn't take care of you as a child. You mad at your father because he used you and abused you, took money from you. You know what I'm saying? Probably molested you. You know what I'm saying? And I know I may be touching on some things that may be very, very touchy. But at the same time, this is real life, and I'm all the way real with what I gotta say, what I'm gonna do. So we have to be open. I want y'all to know this is an open space. We could speak about whatever, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to use my platform to speak about things that you're not gonna hear, or a person that you guys love to see talk about. Everybody got problems, everybody dealing with something, but that makes you a bigger person to acknowledge it. And that's one of the first things you have to do. For self, you have to have forgiveness, and it could be very painful. It's a very painful challenge, you know what I'm saying? But it's valuable. It's very valuable if you could have forgiveness. I keep saying it because I know there's some people here who just have holding grudges, and it's just like, for what? That's why some of us are dying, and we having distress, we having these different conditions with our body because we holding it in. It turns into rock inside of you, and we can't move forward like that. If it's rock inside you, then allow yourself to take the process so it could fall off of you and you can move forward, and you can have other doors open, because it has for me. You know what I'm saying? I could share when last year I was able to meet my father. I haven't seen my father since I was 7 years old, and I probably saw him twice. I saw him twice, and he left. He just came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. Then he left, and I'm 31. So it took what, about 25 years later, you know what I'm saying? I went to Chicago and I met my dad, not even taking a trip to Chicago for my first time to meet my father. And I went to the door and I was just like, this. I had an address on my dad during like the lockdown. And I just looked my daddy up because I was like, man, when I find this nigga, I'm going to tell him I want reparations for child support. Okay? Because he was never there. He was never there. And then I'm going to say, I have a child, and you have a beautiful daughter, and you don't even know who I am. But in my process, before I got to Chicago, like, I was just, trying to work on myself, just getting spiritually, just trying to handle things differently, because I see I could get irate. And I ain't like that. So my daddy ended up coming to the door, and my daddy was screaming and hollering, crying, like, oh my God, my daughter's here, right? And it was so beautiful. And he kept saying he was sorry. I'm so sorry. Every time we talk, he cried. And I'm like, Dad, don't cry. It's cool. I don't hold nothing against you. I don't even have it in my mind to think about you not being there for me. We here now. So let's start now. We are here now. Let's start now. So we did that. Right? And unfortunately, my father passed in December on the 12th. So I had a few months with my dad before he was able to pass. But you know what? While I was crying, I smiled because I said I was able to allow my daddy to have peace before he passed away. You feel what I'm saying? Because I forgave him for not being there for me. And guess what? One of the things that you have to think about is sadness. I felt sad for my dad. I felt sorry for my pops because I was like, my daddy was on drugs when him and my mama was together and they had me. Him and my mama was out here wilding. So how was they was gonna take care of me? Him and my mama didn't take care of me, and I don't hold nothing against them. Both of them are going, unfortunately, but those my angels. You know, those my dogs. They here with me, and they make sure I move forward. But at the same time, come on, I. I'm beautiful. I like all within, not just saying my appearance. I'm beautiful, and that's I have to be thankful every time I you know say something of that nature about my parents. I'm thankful. So forgiveness, being able to forgive. If I wasn't able to forgive my father, I probably wouldn't have been in Chicago and a knock on a door, and they got a trap house across the street. I didn't care. I'm knocking on the door. We on the west side of Chicago. I've never been to Chicago in my life. And ever since, me and my daddy was close until he passed away in December. But I'm thankful because I was able to forgive, and now I was able to help another being, my father, move forward and transition in his life with a lighter heart. I feel great about that. So definitely something you should think about. Forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? You have to own up to your mistakes when you can't forgive yourself for certain things that you have done that you just all tore up. But at the same time, how you gonna work through it? First, you have to acknowledge the situation and what occurred. Acknowledge it, play it out. You know what I'm saying? Run the play, run it and see it, and analyze what happened and what's these triggers, and then take responsibility. Take responsibility for what you have done or what has occurred to why you don't forgive yourself. And then you could just reflect, just chill and be back like, damn, you know, I fucked up. I was doing a lot. I was doing this. I was doing that. But you have to forgive. You have to forgive. And that's something that because we moving in this fast life and we moving fast paced, we working every day. We got children to take care of. We got business to handle. To where it's like you don't really got time to reflect and think, but you really do. You need to take time for yourself and your mental health because it's serious. And I'm saying that because I go through it, and I know a lot of people that go through it, and we have to be here for each other. Have a support team, have a support system. I have beautiful friends and family. I have a sister that I talk to every day and just her uplifting me. I have friends that talk to me every day and all they do is just tell me how it's going to be okay and to get on my ass at the same time. But one thing they could tell you too, that I be taking my licks. But how many licks and losses I'm going to take? So let me say this too, right? How many losses you gonna take? You can't keep taking them. You can't keep going through it. You can't keep on just like, damn, I keep bumping my head. Now you need to learn from it. So acknowledge it. You feel me? See what's going on. Why are you doing this? Why this is happening? And try to fix it so it won't happen again. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this too. When it's time for you to have to forgive somebody who messed over you, did you so bad, did you so messed up, you know, that person could have been your teacher to teach you about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And to teach you how you don't never step that way again. It could be to where you could be like, we going through this. Your husband cheated on you, right? We going through this, and I forgive you, but you also taught me not to ever let another nigga fuck with me and play with me again. So I thank you. I thank you for teaching me to never have to go through this again. And we move on, right? We keep it rolling. That's what we're supposed to do. And sometimes we don't look at it like that. That we have to look at the bigger picture. We definitely need to become more aware of your shortcomings. We all got shortcomings. Like Everybody have a flaw. You know what I'm saying? I have many people tell me great things about myself, beautiful things about myself, beautiful, and I be like, man, I know. But then I got on the other side. I'm thinking about how I'm fucked up. But why am I even operating? Why am my mind operating to think about the negative things? You know what I'm saying? We can't move like that. Be aware of it, but don't let it eat you up and don't let it beat you up. Don't beat yourself up. Even through forgiveness, you are allowing yourself to not beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Cause that's the only way you're gonna be able to move forward and go on with your day a better day. You know, you have to also realize that when you forgive, you're not condoning that other person's actions. Just because you forgive them don't mean that they was right. Period. Don't mean they was right. They was wrong. But for you, you ain't even doing it for them. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for you. It's not for them. Because at the end of the day, when it's time for you to go, they can't come with you. And what you gonna say? I hate that nigga. I hate her. No, you can't do that. Ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna work like that. It's not going to. It won't work. I just don't know how else to say it because I've tried it. And now today, when I think about certain situations that I've had and times when I was worried and stressed out, that didn't work for me. See, now I can move. I can move forward. Carry on. We're gonna carry on here. Okay. You definitely could be grateful for what that person may have taught you. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have taught you how to be more assertive. Not let nobody run over you. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Probably taught you how to change your ways. You know, you probably got hurt because you may have did some had bad character. You know, and it's time for you to get it together. You know, you might have made bad decisions, and it's like, I won't never do that again because I didn't like how that felt, and the way he treated me, or the way he done to me, I don't never want to feel that again. So let me go ahead and start moving right, start moving righteous. You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness definitely not gonna excuse nobody behavior on what they do to you, but for you, you'll feel so much better. You'll wake up feeling way much better. You know, it's just a lot. You got to make sure that you address that inner pain that you have. We all have pain inside of us, and if we let that pain build up and balled up like a knot, it could grow and it be stuck on you. And then what? You know, it's gonna be hard to let go. So sometimes when you in a situation early, try to trickle down and knock it down. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a situation where it's nothing to do with you and someone do something to a family member or do great harm, if you just try to just you could pray, you could meditate and just think about all things positive. And if you think about things positive, you won't think about how you're going to retaliate or what you're going to do to that person. You would think about how you're going to let God handle it. That's really who's supposed to handle our battles is God, and karma is real. If you think about it, I had an incident too to where it was like something happened to me, someone did something to me. I won't get too much in debt, but it was to a point to where like I was robbed. You know what I'm saying? It was somebody that I was talking to, and he basically took from me like it's mine, and you not getting it. Basically, like at called itself trying to like flash a gun or whatever and was like, it's over with, it's mine. And I was like, Lord. I started calling people, making phone calls, and I was just like, dog, this nigga got to die. I got to figure a way to get this nigga. Not, I was thinking like that, like, yeah, he gotta go because you took from me and I had great intent, all the best intent to look out for you and for myself. And then you did it at the most vulnerable time of my life. One of the most vulnerable times in my life. You didn't care what I was going through. You didn't care. About a year later, I scroll down Instagram and I see that he was he passed. And the way he passed was gruesome. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, if I were to retaliate it, I probably would have been in jail or dead or had my people messed up or you know, just an ongoing situation. To now, I gotta think about what I did, and all I had to do, I let it go. I let it go and was like, he must be going through something. He gotta be like on some bummy shit. So I'm gonna let you know what I'm saying. And he passed. And what I'm saying is that God handle your battles. You gotta forgive, dog. You have to. And when you don't, just build up in you, and it constantly continue to happen. And we don't want to be operating like that, especially what we got going on happening in this world right now. There's a lot that y'all don't even see and don't understand that's happening in this world, because we are consumed with so much with social media, with life. We working, you know what I'm saying, our children, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're not really even thinking about, you don't even feel the energy that's around us right now. And it's gonna be to a point to where you're gonna be like on survival mode. But at the same time, as we're going through, it's gonna become more stressful. Perhaps you're gonna have more shortcomings. You're gonna have more times where people test you. You're gonna have more times where you gonna your fate get tested, and we're gonna see how you gonna operate, how you gonna respond to that. How you respond to things is for you. It's not for that person. Nobody. Hold on. Somebody was calling me. Nobody can't be like you know. Nobody just can't be like it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? You have to also find the meaning in your suffering. You have to find the meaning in what's having you in this stressful feeling. Like why I feel like, or you feel betrayed, or you feel ignored, um you feel hurt, you feel neglected. Okay, identify that so you can understand what's really going on with yourself. And then when it's too hard, call upon your other strengths. You know what I'm saying? Call upon the things that other things that you have strengths in, to like try to help combat that. Like, if you're a person that's consistent, like try to have more be try to find something that's consistent that could help you release this pain that you have for not forgiving this person or yourself. You know what I'm saying? I could imagine a person who may be on drugs, just nicked out the game, and um they feel bad about themselves because they're like, I'm such a total loser. They may feel like that, but don't beat yourself up. Learn how to forgive yourself. We all gonna go through things, you know what I'm saying? And you have to develop a forgiving heart, no matter what. I mean, even when I'm driving my car, I'll be like road rage, and sometimes I be having to catch myself and breathe and be like, girl, don't just be attacking people like on the highway like that. Like, don't do that. I had a time. I had an incident. See, I'm just saying, like, I had an incident, like, the girl almost ran me off the road, and I put my window down, and I was like, bitch, watch where the fuck you going. And she was like, pull over. Pull over. I'm like, I'm pulling over. And I'm pulling over. Getting my gun from under the seat. Cause I'm like, fuck that. I don't care. I don't care right now. It's up there. And then come down the bridge. I'm the one off the bridge, got the car and everything. I said, man, fuck, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I get back on the bridge, and guess what? They got stopped by the police. Now, what if I would have just had and just did something? I'd be in jail. Y'all wouldn't even be able to talk to me or see me right now. So it's just like, you gotta start thinking too before you do things. You know what I'm saying? And um I'm just saying that because I'm doing it, and I just want y'all to know that when I come through and I talk about these different topics, you know what I'm saying? Because I can relate to that. We all need somebody that we can relate to, and if you're not able to forgive yourself or someone else, you know, just know that it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You think it's hard to forgive, but it'll be even harder if you don't. It's therapeutic, like it's for you. It's supposed to help you, become light on your feet, man. It's supposed to help you, be able to sleep at night. It's supposed to help you. If you're dealing with conditions and things with your body and your immune system, guess what? Forgiveness is a medicine. It is. It's definitely a medicine, y'all. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to share that because it was on my heart to let somebody know that you have to practice forgiveness. Cause life too short and you don't want to leave this earth without lightening your heart. Cause then you're just going to trans into it ain't gonna even be about. It's not gonna be what's up. God not trying to hear all that. Get it together. Because if you're his child and if you are like him, we can't hold no grudges and we're not supposed to. I got things that, I'll just be like, what? But then I think about it to myself and be like, nah, I ain't even tripping, man. I'm Gucci. I got bigger things going on to be worried about what somebody done me. What I'm going to do is move forward and make sure I don't allow it to happen again. That's all I can say, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I laugh because Rick Ross has a mixtape. Lord forgives, I don't. That was one of something that somebody said on the in the comments on my Instagram, and Rick Ross said, Lord forgives, I don't. And I always used to feel like that. And I always was like, this my shit. I'm rocking with that. I don't give a fuck what a nigga talking about. Yeah, I could forgive you, but I never forget. And that's not the way to move. It's not the way to think. It's not the way to operate. It's not who you are. Like who really you if you learning who you really are as a person, you're not supposed to operate like that. That's not righteous. And if you're a person that call yourself righteous, call yourself a king or a queen, or you just call yourself just you're such a good person, you know, think about that. Are you able to forgive some of the things that happened to you that really hurt you? Are you able to? Are you able to think about um how is that hurting you that you can't forgive? It make you feel so much better. It make you feel so much better because then you could walk with your head up high and be like, yay, I'm not even really on that type of time, and you have more doors opening for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing, y'all. We have to practice forgiveness. We can't have resentment in our heart. With all the things that's happening today, we need to be there for each other more than anything. And we really need to be there for ourselves. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a 30-day challenge of self-care, and it's where every day of the week I have different tasks you can do. One is like today was drink a gallon of water. I wasn't able to drink my gallon of water. At least I could, be honest with myself. I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to drink it because with my job, there's not much. I'm moving around a lot, and I'm dealing with a lot of people, and there's no bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't move like that, but I always catch up. I'm gonna catch up. But if you can drink a gallon of water, tomorrow we'll be looking up our natal chart. You may be like, what is that? It's your birth chart. If you following you on here, you tap in with me tomorrow. I'll show you how to get your natal chart. What you'll need to know is your birthday and the time you was born and where you was born, and you could pull up a whole. Let me tell you something. A whole assessment of your birthright and who you are and some of your flaws and some of the great things about you, and you're gonna resonate. And I promise you, you're gonna love me after you do it. If you haven't yet, if there's anybody on here that haven't received your natal chart yet, which I've done this year, it changed my life because now I could go back and read it and be like, that's why I be doing that, or damn, okay, it makes sense. It's like a blueprint to your life. Okay. Thank you so much. You have no idea that in this very moment, some crap happened. And look at God. Here you are. Insight. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm so glad that I can share this with you and everybody else because I be having moments and I be like, dang, we need to be more involved with talking to people to where like we could talk about it together. Cause it's hard. It's super hard. And forgiving someone and forgiving yourself is not easy. But at least you could, I could resonate with you. And I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you guys so much for tapping in with me as my journey is growing here. I'm learning about more about self-care and self-love. People be thinking, you just saying that because I mean, no, it's serious. It's serious because you'll be able to like how you gonna love somebody if you don't love yourself? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's serious, and it's beautiful. Like it's a beautiful thing. Like I love it, and I feel like it's a lot of different things we can do to help each other. And if I could use my platform to do that, why not? I will be having guests come through. Therapists, doctors, lawyers, artists, musicians, people that can resonate with what we're doing and the topics at hand. You know what I'm saying? I actually was in a clubhouse chat room, and it was a therapy room about forgiveness, and I just shared my story I shared with y'all, and I got great feedback that I started crying because I was like, man, that's confirmation that I'm really on on the path that I'm supposed to be on by the confirmation that the doctor gave me in the chat room. And I was just like, wow, I need to continue. I need to share this with somebody because obviously there's a lot of people in this world who are hurting and can't forgive and has holding resentment and wondering why things not getting better. It take time and it take practice and it takes strength. You don't even know how strong you are if you let it go. Just let it go, man. I promise you, you'll thank me later. You'll definitely thank me later. So again, y'all, I appreciate you. I thank you, thankful. I thank you, and I'm grateful and thankful for y'all tapping in with me right now. We are definitely in the nightlife, and so honored to sit here and talk with you guys and be real. This platform is all about real, news that's in real time, real life issues, things that could assist us in our assist people in our community and within our home. Or what about get tired of forgiving? Um, Getting tired of forgiving. I feel as though if you get tired for forgiving, it can be you have to look at what you're doing for you and not for that person. Sometimes people do things and have actions that if you think about like what's going on in their head, what's going on, what's wrong with their mental for them to operate like that. Like maybe they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know they on demon time. You know what I'm saying? They might be on demon time. And you're not. And spiritually, why would you wanna fall into that trap in a world? You in a different world. Like, so you forgiving is just you shouldn't perhaps you shouldn't even think of it of being tired of being forgiven. Just know you working that's of God. You know what I'm saying? To just, not hold resentment, and you need a lighter heart. You know what I'm saying? You definitely need a lighter heart. Like we can't operate like that. Like I shared the story with you with my dad. My dad was never there. And I just was like, I wish I could just get child support for this bitch because he ain't do nothing. Why? And then when I met him, I was like, oh, it's okay. I mean, it's whatever, dad. I love you. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about I didn't even think about how he was in there no more. I didn't. It ain't even. Sometimes I ain't gonna sit here and stunt. We had arguments, like little, not even arguments, but talks, tough talks, where we'll cry and I'll be like, but you wasn't there though. Like you can't tell me what to do, nigga. I'm grown now, and I'd be like, yeah, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill out because doing this for you, then you know that's not right. You just express yourself and you have the right to express however you feel. Let it out, but take it take accountability for what you do and what you say. So don't cast my perils to swine. Man, when I tell you, you know, it's a lot of different incidents that happened to me that was life threatening things with my child, involved my child, my job, my money. And like if I just keep holding on to it, then how am I'm gonna always be a mad bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I think some people would look at me and kind of see it. They would see that like, smile, why don't you smile? And I'd be really mad when a nigga be like, you need to smile. For what? I'm good. I'm straight. But I really be in thoughts and everything going through my head. I be having thoughts and things like that. And it's just sometimes it don't be right. So, you know, I don't want to be like that. Have fighting with my mind. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't either. No one should. Continue to move forward and not have resentment and be thankful and just start even when you going through it and just start talking about how you thankful and how you grateful and just see how that changed the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So you guys, if y'all was feeling that, share this with somebody. I will have the podcast up and you guys can share it. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, let's get together. If you guys have any topics that you would like me to talk about, I am here. And I love y'all. I appreciate everything. We are definitely in the Nyte Lyfe. It's 420. And I have my blunt over there. I have it over there. It's not here, but it's okay. I'm cool. I'm high off life and I'm high off talking with y'all guys. So once again, I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.